You are listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Me, O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Still to come, European football expert Kev Hatchard will join us to preview a massive game for Arsenal in Madrid tomorrow night. First, though, a big story coming out the other side of Madrid. Reports suggesting Jose Mourinho could be on his way back to Real Madrid, take over as manager in the summer. European football journalist Julian Lorenz joined Hawksby and Jacobs earlier to give his thoughts on whether Mourinho back to Madrid could be a serious move.
It would be incredible. His release clause at Benfica is €3 million, so that's nothing really, especially for a club like Real Madrid. We know that his relationship with Florentino Perez is excellent because he's always been excellent. Even when his first stint at the club didn't end well, it didn't matter. They stayed very close. Is he the right guy? That's the thing. He's 63 now. And you're right. He's been coaching Benfica now, in Turkey before, even before that. You know, Spurs, they didn't end well either. So is he the right guy now to take this Real Madrid side and this squad forward? In which way? What, is he going to be tough on them? Is going to be more with discipline? Sure, but what about the rest? What about the tactics? What about the man management? What about all of that? It certainly would be fascinating to have him back there with all the media circus around and the Jose Mourinho show really pretty much every day. I'm just not sure right now if you're Vinicius Jr., if you're Jude Bellingham, even Kylian to some extent, although the other day he liked a social media post mentioning the return potentially of Jose at the club. I think it would be quite fascinating. Personally, I'm not sure if he's the right call, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was him.
Yeah, what do you make of the old Jose Mourinho shout? Would you have him back at Chelsea?
No. I look. Jose will always live in Chelsea fans' heart, okay? Because what he achieved and what he done for that football club. But Jose changed as a man. As the game has changed, I don't doubt he still has a quality. But I just find it crazy.
What do you mean?
Well, they've gone from, Real Madrid have gone from moving away from Zidane, okay? Then they went to Ancelotti. And then they brought in Alonso, right? They wanted to go in a different direction, slightly, moving with this slightly younger head coach. Now they're going back to Jose again. They sound a bit lost. Sounds a little bit like they're going back to what they know. Yeah, but
I hear you. And Julian Lorenz made some really good points there. I think Jose Mourinho in a bad fit. I think they thought that they wanted to be they've got Galactico side, right, with players again with Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., Bellingham, players like that, right? They wanted to have like an Alonso coach who can make them play football. And they realised these players have got big egos. And they always have when you're at Real Madrid. Real Madrid is full of egos. Ancelotti knew how to control them egos. Who is a manager who knows how to control big egos?
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho.
I'm not saying he doesn't tick any boxes, but he will leave.
Do you need to have brilliant tactics when you've got them world-class players?
No, Jose obviously knows his way around a tactic board. He's
not an idiot. Of course he's not.
But there will be that the wheels will fall off. And he's the sort of manager now that I just don't know whether he. I just think
Benfica unbeaten this season. I know they're second, but they ain't lost a game.
Second?
Benfica. He's manager of Benfica. Look, they ain't lost a game this season.
I'm not saying he doesn't know his way around, but I just. Wow. I mean, that is an experiment.
Would you have Iriola over Mourinho?
I just feel that Chelsea, where we are right now, ain't going to work. You've got to look at the club, who we are, with the ownership that we have.
You just had Rossini as an absolute disaster.
Yeah, doesn't mean that Jose's the answer either. That doesn't mean you've got to go from one extreme to the other.
Well, better Charles and Mourinho.
With what?
What do you mean with what?
No, just
the players that you've got.
Jose will not manage up. He will not answer. He will chew and spit those owners. He's got his own way. He's got his CV to back himself up. He don't care what other people think of him. He's going to do it his way. Jose will come in and he'll put out fires and he'll fix a lot of things. Let me tell you, when he leaves a club, right, more often than not, it's broke. He'll leave it under a cloud. And he's got his own way of managing, and you're not going to change him. Jose is, when you're at his age and you've achieved so much as he has in the game, you have to do it on his terms. And Real Madrid may well be that club that are happy to say, go on, Jose, I'm going to give you carte blanche, you crack on. Chelsea aren't that club now. We are not that club, obviously.
Wouldn't you rather be that club, though?
When
you want to go back to that club? I mean, come on.
Jay, you're asking me now a completely ridiculous question because the owners aren't going to go down that route. They're not. And that whether you're right or wrong, it's irrelevant. The owners, there is no way. They couldn't deal with Tuchel. Tuchel and him fell out from what I can gather. Imagine Jose going at Chelsea now. Oh, my God.
I think he'd work at Real Madrid though.
Well, no, that's a different kettle of fish.
Whether it's
that is completely different.
Taking it back to the level of
yeah, but look at the owners at Real Madrid. They've been doing this for. I mean, how long's Perez been there? I mean, you're talking about an institution that's been there. No ownership change. Chelsea have completely moved in a different direction, and it's and it's through not because Roman wanted to sell. He had to sell. He was forced into